Hi everybody, I'm going to show you guys how to achieve really cool paint jobs, relatively easy, with some liquid mask, some fast color, and get you guys painting up your own custom bodies in no time. First thing you want is to not break stuff. It's a clear body. This is a body for an axial crawler. Clear, just picked it up at the hobby shop. I'm going to paint it for my nephew, hopefully for Christmas. First thing you want to do, wash this thing with warm soapy water. Use Dawn dish soap, put a little bit in the body, some warm water. Really want to get it nice and clean inside so you get really all the mold release agents out of the body. Next thing you want to do is dry the inside out. Use a paper towel, nothing special. Just make sure you dry it out completely. You don't want any water, hard water spots or anything, any kind of residues left over. Make sure it's completely dry. Alright, before I get started on actually doing anything with that body, I want to show you guys a couple things about the tools you'll need and paints and everything else that you could possibly imagine. So we'll go over that real quick. First things first is spraying liquid mask. I spray liquid mask. A lot of people don't. They'll just brush it in. For me, it takes too long, and I don't like waiting. So I experimented one day, and I went down and I bought a Harbor Freight detail gun. This was $12.98. This is what I use to spray my liquid mask. I don't brush it in. I use this full pressure. I don't even regulate it, and I just spray it directly into my bodies. As far as liquid mask goes, there's a whole bunch of people who make liquid mask. I like Fasmask because that's what my local hobby shop carries. So that's why I use that. Paint. Paint, I'll be using Createx and Fast Color. Createx or Createx or however that you want to call it. You call it whatever you want. This is water-based paint. Cleans up with water. Non-toxic. Don't get it on your clothes. This is basically textile paint, and it never comes off. But good paint nonetheless. Works very well. There's other paints like Tamiya's lacquer-based paints and Pactra. They're good paints. It's what I used to use. You can still use this with the liquid mask. I just don't prefer to use it because of the odors and the fumes that it puts off. I'm not a big fan. Airbrushes. I have a bunch of different airbrushes. I usually use this one the most. This is my Wada Eclipse. It's a great airbrush. About 130 bucks. But this little blue gem here is 15 bucks at Harbor Freight. One of the things you don't have to do is you don't have to spend a lot of money to paint RC. $15 airbrush, and this thing works pretty good. So, oh yeah, you see this thing right here? It's a respirator. Keeps the glue of the liquid mask and the paint out of your lungs. You don't want glue and paint in your lungs. You don't necessarily have to use something like this. Little paper ones you find from your local hardware store for like $2 are perfect, but use one. It will save your lungs. Well, the next thing I'm going to show you guys is that my air compressor setup. This is a twin tank 5-gallon air compressor that I got at Harbor Freight. It was around 100 bucks. I've had it for like 5 years. This thing's awesome. Highly recommend it. I got some extra hose and other stuff for it. Works really well. And I also added an external, I think it's about a 5-gallon tank. A buddy of mine works in the oil fields, gave this to me. I cleaned it out, and I've been using that as a little bit extra volume so I don't run out of air as fast. Alright, now we're actually going to spray some liquid mask. Got my gun, got my liquid mask. Some people say you need to water it down. I don't. I run it straight. I don't even mess around with it. Pour it in. And start spraying. probably too loud. I'll show you guys the finished product. And this is what it should end up looking like. Totally white, opaque. That's all the liquid mask being sprayed in there. Next thing you're going to want to do is try and dry it. You can use a hairdryer, paint stripper, put it in your truck with the heater on. Just do something if you want it to dry fast.